Welcome back to Barbecue with Greg. Let's put that meat on the grill. Let's get started. Okay, welcome back, barbecue friends. Today we're going to be cooking up this brisket. Now this is a 5.7 kilograms. It's 12.5 pounds. I'm going to show you how to cook it on the kettle grill. Just because you're cooking a brisket doesn't mean that you need a big expensive barbecue. So this is the night before I'm going to put this on the barbecue. I'm going to trim this up, put my rub on there, and let it sit overnight. We'll take this whole cook step by step, and I'll show you what I do. Right now we're going to trim this up, get rid of a lot of the fat. Get our paper towels here and just kind of pat it dry. All my fat I'm going to put in a bowl. There, got all my fat cut off. We'll render that down later. Now, just want to put a dry rub on there. Start off on this side. I'm going to be using this Cosmos Texas Beef Dry Rub. It's got a nice garlicky hint of lemon, a little sweetness. I'm also going to use some fine ground black pepper. Okay, put that back in the fridge. Now I'll show you the barbecue setup here. I'm going to put an aluminum tray in there. I'm going to fill this part of the barbecue with coals. Okay, so we got our tray here. We got a lot of coals here because it's a long cook. I'm just going to put some water in the tray. I'm going to put a starter cube at this end of the coals. And in the morning, I'll just start this. So we're going to put our brisket over top of the tray. This way, I could still have access to the coals if I need to add some throughout the cook. So we'll put the dome on. The next step, we'll see you in the morning. Okay, it's 7 o'clock in the morning here. We're going to start this barbecue. Okay, our starter cube burned out. Got a nice little heat source there. Now we'll put our meat on. We got the brisket on, 7 o'clock this morning. Now, for a brisket, we need a nice low and slow cook to get the temperature right into the core of that meat. If you hit it with too much temperature, you're going to overcook the outside of the meat and the interior's not going to be there yet. So we adjusted our dampers. We got to figure out where we need to be to get a nice consistent cook at a lower temperature. So right now, we're an hour into this cook. I cut this I started off about there when I first lit the barbecue. Now I'm just cutting that back like that. We're reading a dome temperature of 400 here, and that probe's right on top of the meat, so I know we're reading pretty high. We'll let this go for another hour with this set here, and then we'll see where we're at. Okay, we are 2 hours into the cook here. Let's come out and check on things. All right, our damper's still cut right back. We've got a dome temperature still just over 400 degrees here. So what I'm going to do, try to cut back the bottom here. This just got a sliver of air there, so I can't really cut that back anymore. Take a look at our meat here. See a little bit of fat starting to render here. What I'm going to do, because as this charcoal burns, we're going to get more heat from here. Now I made up kind of a folded piece of tin foil, kind of deflect that direct heat onto the meat. So that high a temperature at the dome is a little concerning, but you got to figure the temperature reading at the dome is probably 50 to 100 degrees higher than what it is down at the meat. So we'll come back in an hour or so, see where we're at, and we'll go from there. Okay, we now reached 3 hours of cooking time on here. So let's check out what's going on. We'll open it up, take a look. We've got a dome temperature here, just over 300. That's good. That means our temperature is starting to level out nicely. All right, got some more pooling of fat rendering down there. That's good. So the majority of the heat's going to hit this either on top or on the side facing the charcoal. So what I want to do now, I'm just going to spritz down with water just to cool the outside of this. There we go. Overall, I'm pretty happy with the progression of this cook. So again, we'll just check it every hour on the hour and decide what to do from what we see. Okay, we now completed 4 hours cooking time on this. So let's take a look, see what we got. You can see our dome temperature just over 300, so we are losing a little bit of temperature. So one of two things, I either open this damper or we'll see what we got left for charcoal here. Okay, you can see I got plenty of charcoal there, so probably just need to open that damper a bit. But while we have this open, I'll just give this a spritz with some water. Now I'm just going to open this just a little bit more. About that much, that's it. We'll come back in another hour. Alright, we're now at 5 hours cooking time on here. Let's take a look, see what we got. Okay, we got roughly 350 degrees on the dome here. Let's open it up. You can see all that fat rendering down everywhere. Get a little pool happening there. Let's probe this for temperature. We'll go right in it. Oh, it's going in there nicely. Okay, 167, the flat end. Yeah, a little bit tougher meat at this end. Okay. 170. Okay, that's going good there. What I want to do maybe is rotate this around so that side's now on the side of the heat source. Cover it back up. So it looks like our temperature's coming up. We're in the 170s in parts of it. I'm probably looking in the 180s to even close to 190, and then I want to wrap it, or at least protect a lot of those juices. So we're gonna let this go one more hour. See you in an hour. All right, we've now completed 6 hours of cooking time here. I've got a dome temperature of just over 300 degrees. Let's open it up and we'll take a look. You can can see the fat rendering nicely here. Starting to develop a pretty good bark here. Okay, at the flat end here. Still pretty tough to push that meter in, but 157 or so. And still around 170. We're at that point where the fat's just rendering out and keeping it cool as it goes, so we may have to go another hour on this. Okay, we're probably gonna go just another hour, keep things as it is. We'll give it a little spritz, we'll cover it up. Putting the vents up just a little bit because it looks like we're losing a little. So I'll open this upper one. And again, we'll check back in an hour. We'll decide what to do then. Okay, we've now completed 7 hours cooking time here. I've got a dome temperature of about 325 degrees. Let's open this up, take a look. Okay, I gotta say, this is just smelling amazing right now. Got this beautiful crust building up here. Feeling soft here. Got some pooling of the fat happening there. Let's check for temperature. It's going in much nicer there. Oh boy, that's sinking in nice. 182. A little more firmer there, but 177. Okay, I think we're ready to wrap here. Okay, I think what we're gonna do, we're gonna put this in a foil boat. I gotta give credit to Bradley Robinson from Chud's Barbecue. He made that famous, and I've always wanted to try it, so let's do that today. There, any of those liquids come out of there, it'll just stay in the bottom, and this will just keep basting in its own liquid. While I got the brisket off, I'm gonna add some more charcoal. Set our brisket back in here. Okay, now we got this back on the grill. Gonna put a thermometer in this. Okay, we're gonna be looking for a dome temperature of over 200 degrees, and we'll decide what to do from there. Okay, we're another hour and a half here, and this thing's done. You can just see all the juices just pooling around here. It's just basing in its own juices. The smell on here is just fantastic. Well, let's pull this off and let it rest. Let this rest, and we'll come back for the taste test. Okay, this has been resting for a half hour here. Time for the taste test. Okay, here we have it. So, we'll slice it open, see how we did. I'll cut it right down the center here. Feel a nice crust on here, so a good shout out to the foil boat method. Just throw that open. Oh wow, look at that. Take a slice out of here. You can see that beautiful smoke ring around there. Just perfect. Nice bend test there. Super moist. Let's pull that apart. Oh, it's kind of hot. Time for the taste test. Wow. Okay, that bark on there is just phenomenal. We're 8.5 hours cook on this. We had about a half-hour rest. You could do a brisket on your kettle grill and it's gonna just come out fantastic. Wow. If you like this video, do me a favor and click that like button. You wanna see more of these videos? Click that subscribe, and we'll see you next time on Barbecue with Greg. Thanks for watching Barbecue with Greg, one of those barbecue cooking shows people watch on YouTube sometimes.